Ropp Star gang, what up? What up? What up, man? What is up? Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. It's an open panel night, open mic night for all you guys. It is the eve of the 2025 NFL draft. Just got done chatting it up with my guy over there at the State of the Saint podcast, State of the Saints podcast. TJ, if you guys tuned in, that was my special episode for the Ropp Star Report. So I just want to give y'all a quick show with him, and he was asking me to interview, and I was just like, yeah, man, let's do it anytime. So if anybody ever wants to come on and ask me to come on their channel or anything like that, more than welcome to chat up with you about ball, man. I love doing it. I love talking ball. So yeah, come on it. If you ever want to join the channel too, I've opened it up tonight. I'm probably going to start trying to do a little bit more of these, maybe some call-in shows as well. So you guys are more than welcome. I just put the link in the chat if you guys want to. I want to hear y'all's thoughts, man, going into this. Like, I mean, we've got the draft is tomorrow. I really want to hear y'all's thoughts. Or you can ask me questions if you come in, whatever the case may be. Feel free, So I've opened up the StreamYard. It's that link right there in the chat. You're more than welcome to hop in if you guys like. Again, you're more than welcome to hop in if you guys like. All right. So feel free to join. All right. Just open it up to you guys. Because it's the NFL draft, man. Nick, try to say what's good, bruh.
What up, man? What's good, Rob?
What's good? Hold on. I got to get you in here. Hold on. Something going on here. Let's see here. There we go. Hold on. No, I don't like that. I'm trying to find the one I want. There we go.
What's good, my guy?
What's good? Not much,
Chilling,
man.
bro. Chilling, bro.
You ready?
I saw something pretty pretty crazy, honestly. It said Todd McShay was just on the show, and he said the most likely team in the top 10 to trade out is us. And he got that from a pretty credible source, he claimed. So, just on pins and needles, man. Whether it's drafting at 8 or trading down, hopefully whatever decision the Panthers make is what's best for the franchise. So it's definitely going to be a wild next 24 hours, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to be live tomorrow night, holding it down for sure. But yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, you're in prime position at 8 if you think about it. And I've said it before, and I said it again. Like, teams are going to be calling, and I knew this was going to happen because there's multiple teams, multiple sources now coming out saying that all these teams are trading up. You've heard the Bears want up. You've heard the Dolphins may want up. You've heard Dallas may want up. You got Pittsburgh, the Rams, Cincinnati. There's so many teams that want to move up because they are trying to get that blue chip player. And also, again, I wouldn't be surprised. Like I said, the whole Jalen Walker thing to me, I look at it almost like a situation where why wouldn't Carolina smoke screen a guy so that they can really get the guy they want? Maybe they are blowing smoke up at people's asses so that they get the guy they want, because it makes a lot of sense. It's the same thing that the Texans did for CJ Stroud.
I mean, it definitely, they've been high on Walter Nolan for a while. Who knows? Maybe their main option is to trade down and get Walter Nolan for all we know. You know what I mean? Who knows?
I mean, Todd McShay is one of the best. I mean, I'd rather listen to Todd McShay all day
than Mel Kiper all day. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
So I if it's coming from McShay knows best, and forget Mel Kiper and anybody else on there. Like, I just think that when we look at this thing as a totality, like, the trade back debate just needs to stop. Like, I don't understand this whole debate between people trading back and want to debate it and just say, well, what's the point of it? The point of it is you cast a broader net, It's
Yeah.
like going fishing, man. Like, I'm not gonna just have one rod in the water.
I'm gonna have 4 of them things, 2 or 3, 4 of them
Yeah,
things.
like
Yeah.
I don't go deep sea fishing for tuna, and I'm just gonna have one big giant rod. No,
Yeah.
that's not happening. I'm gonna get like like I'm gonna have 5 of them motherfuckers in there.
Yeah, I
You know
hear
what I
you.
mean?
I hear you. I hear
So,
you.
it's the same thing with catfishing. You don't go and put out catfishing lines and you just put one out there on one tree.
Yeah.
You go out to different trees and you cast them out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's the southern boy coming out of me there. But
It's logical too.
yeah, it's just like it makes no sense to me to why people are just like, I don't want to trade back. Okay, well, horseshoes and hand grenades, I guess.
Yeah, but
But
it's like those people say they don't want to trade back. But what if, in a hypothetical instance, you got a second and a third round pick in this draft to move down 7 to 10 spots? I don't know about you. I'd be content with that, and especially in this deep of a draft with this much talent. Shit,
and I
sign me
think
up for that.
yeah, and I think a lot of people are going to be shocked at how many of the skill set players actually move down. I
Yeah.
think that so many people are going to be shocked by that because so many people are going to go defense because of how deep this class is from a defensive standpoint.
Mm-hmm. For sure. For sure. People are gonna be surprised when it's like pick 19 or 20 and the Bucks are on the clock and you see the best available and everyone's gonna be like, wow, there's a shit ton of talent still here at 19, 20, 21, 22. There's still gonna be a lot of really good players. I mean, we're looking at a situation possibly where like Ezra Rocco might be there on the board at like 17, 18. He's a
Right.
stud. You know
Right.
what I mean? And if you're
Oh
telling me
yeah.
I can get a second round pick and then get Ezra Rocco, I'm all for that. What?
Right. Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, it's crazy to me to think that that people just think that we're not that we aren't going to be able to get some talent there. Like I honestly think the strength of the draft is actually around the 15 to 17 range, to be honest with you. I
Yeah,
honestly
because
think that.
you don't have too many head scratching, you know what I mean? Like, oh man, what should we do type thing, where it kind of thins out and you could kind of just zone in on players, on
Oh yeah.
certain players. It's
Yeah.
gonna be real interesting, man. It's definitely gonna be real interesting.
I think that when I looked at it and I posted up a full mock draft the other day. It's like and I posted up a full mock draft on one of my posts in the community chat, and I just think,
Yeah, I peeped that.
yeah, I think that that's how I could see the board falling because again, when you look at Tennessee, right? And let me see if I can share that real quick. I'm gonna pull that up so you guys can see it. Give me 1 second here. I gotta pull it up. Zach, I'll get to your video here in 1 second. Give me 1 second here. Because I kind of just did this last minute, anyways. So, all right, here we go. Let's see if it pulls up. All right. So if I'm breaking this down, right? Like, let me see if I can pull up your screen. Go right here. There we go. All right, we can see all. Can we see that? Might have to maneuver us around. There we go. All right. If we're looking at this from this standpoint here, I'm gonna zoom in. All right, everybody should be able to see that. All right, so perfect. So if we're looking at this from a standpoint, this is my first round mock draft that I did. Obviously, Cam Ward is easy number one. I mean, it's simple, it's easy. Everybody understands the logic behind this. All right. What is printing randomly? Cam Ward's easy number one. Travis Hunter, it makes sense to me. I think that the Browns are going to shock a lot of people. I honestly see them going after Travis Hunter and then trading back up into the first round to get Shador. I mean, I seriously could see
That's
that.
interesting.
I
That's
could seriously
interesting.
see that because they've got to get themselves out of this hole that they're in. They're in a hole. They're in a deep hole.
I mean, that's interesting to say, man, because Miles Garrett did say they have a plan that he, quote, approved of when they re-signed him. So, getting Trav and Shador, that definitely sounds like a plan moving forward, for
Oh,
sure.
for sure. Yeah, and that's why I'm saying, like, it would be crazy to me to see. It would be crazy for me to think that they don't go this route. Like, just because I just think that you have. Does someone am I echoing?
Nah, I don't hear an echo from you.
Might check, might check. Okay, I thought I was echoing.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. All right. I thought I was echoing. I could just see it though, because they've got to get themselves out of the Deshaun Watson hole. I mean, they're just
Hmm.
deep in that Deshaun Watson hole. And it makes a lot of sense for me that they need to get themselves out of it. And one way they can do it, number one, is getting yourself a guy like Travis Hunter, who's a once in a lifetime talent. I don't think he's going to play both sides of the ball. I heard the debate on PPP's channel. But I just don't see it. He
Yeah, he
might play.
might try, bro, but it ain't gonna happen.
I mean, I just don't see it. I mean, the thing is I if they don't go Travis Hunter, this is where Abdul Carter's going.
Hmm.
Like I seriously think that they're going to go Abdul Carter if they don't go Travis Hunter. I really think it's between them, but I see Travis Hunter and I see them trying to get themselves pulled out of it. I think the Giants get Abdul Carter because the Giants, I mean, I guess they already possess two elite pass rushers. I mean, they may not go Abdul. Maybe they go and get like a guy like Ahmed Mabu out of Missouri, because you're going with the quarterback does make the most sense for them. But the Giants did not fill out their roster. If you really want to go look at it, I mean, they did not fill that roster out well enough to force it. So to go get a quarterback, I know that creating a better ecosystem for your quarterback is the most important thing, but I could also see them going a guy like Armin Mabu, which I went there with the Jets, but I just think that when you look at Mabu, he's got the traits and play style when you watch him of like Tristan Wirfs.
Yeah, he's a
Um,
monster.
yeah, he is. I think New England is going to be interesting. I think Will Campbell's the guy for them. But when you look at the draft for them, I can also see T-Mac being in that thing. They need to get someone for Drake May. They need to get that true number one for Drake May. So I could also see it being Drake May.
Possibly T-Mac for sure. Yeah, could definitely
Yeah.
be T-Mac. But I agree with you. I think it's Will Campbell. Mike Vrabel's very old school. He wants to build in the trenches. He wants to protect his franchise guys. So I think the Will Campbell move definitely makes the most sense. I got a
Oh yeah.
cousin, living in the tri-state. I got a couple family members who got, I don't want to say deep ties, but they got some ties. My cousin told me a few weeks ago he was like 90% chance the Pats go Will Campbell, and I trust his uh his his sources, to say the
Yeah.
least.
Yeah. Yeah. Zach, what's good, man?
Hello.
How
What
are
up,
you?
Zach?
I'm all right.
What's going on?
Oh, that video, when you listen to it, listen to what Todd McShay has to say. It has to do with the Panthers trading back.
Okay. We can pull that up real quick. Hold on 1 second.
Oh yeah, I think that the video he's talking about is the one I came in talking about the most likely.
I watched this podcast today, but I was at work and I think I might have
This was a short part when he was talking about the sources from around the NFL, what they was giving them.
All right, let me pull it up real quick. And we'll get back into this mock draft here. Let's see what he had to say. Hopefully I don't get tagged for it, but I don't care at this point.
This right here will show you how bad he wants to trade back. What he says.
Oh,
source, shoot. And then I am told by a credible source, and then I vetted it after that with some text messages with people in the league. The Carolina Panthers are the most likely team in the top 10 to move out. I'm actually told that Dan Morgan and the organization would not saying a bad deal, but maybe like something that isn't like outrageous, a less than market deal to move back.
So to me, with that being said, he's probably okay. When he means less than a market deal, don't expect a future first round pick. Okay.
Yeah.
What he's saying is you're probably going to trade back, and you're probably going to get, and it depends where you go. But I think if you're trading back with like Dallas, Chicago, or anywhere in that probably top 11 to 14 range, you're going to get a first, a second, and maybe at most a fifth or a sixth. All right. That's just realistic expectation. Now, if you move from like 17 down to like, and I'm going to say 26 because LA Rams stick out to me because they've been rumors that they want to get back up there. You may get a future first out of like the Rams or the Pittsburgh Steelers in that range from 21 to 26. But basically from 15 to like 19, don't expect a future first round pick either. The value is just not there. You know, the teams don't value like last year's draft. Like if this was a big quarterback class, the value would be a lot higher, in my opinion. But this is not a major quarterback class. Once the Arch Manning class comes out and the class next year comes out, that value chart is going to look totally different than the value chart that looks this year. So with Todd saying that, I just don't expect a future first if you trade back from basically 9 to like 14, 15. That's what I wouldn't
be mad if we only got less than market value.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to get again, if anybody thinks you're going to get a future first from that, like I said, from 11 to like 14, 15 range, you're not. You might get a future first between that 16 and 20 range. I would say from 21 to 26, you're getting a future first.
I'm just wondering who they're eyeing to be willing to do that.
I mean,
Walter Nolan and Ezra Rock, who I think are two guys they definitely are eyeing and really like if we do trade down.
I wouldn't throw Mike Green out of that situation.
I would definitely throw Mike Green in there too. You're right, Rob.
I wouldn't throw Mike Green.
I'd even throw JPJ in there.
Possibly, but the problem is JPJ's. I'm telling you right now, JPJ is going to fall to that 28th position like I have him there. The reason why I say that, the guy's a freak athlete, but when you go look at his measurables, the issue with him is that not only the off-field issues, which I look past that stuff mainly because they're young kids, but when we're talking about JPJ, his arm length, which is a huge issue in his position as an edge rusher, is below average.
Mm-hmm.
And that becomes a big issue when you get locked up with a tackle.
Yep.
The one thing I'm happy Dan said, production.
Yep.
One thing I want my edge rushers to be is long.
Level.
Pause. I want my edge rushers to be long.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
get it. Yeah,
you know what I mean? You want to control that leverage.
Exactly.
I could see it playing out this way. Take the defensive tackle from Ole Miss, then come back in the second round and take the edge rusher from Ole Miss too.
And I would not be opposed to that at all.
Do exactly how the Rams did it last year with the two players from Florida State.
Dude, Zach, that makes a fucking really good point.
That's actually a really good
point. And look who we got at the outside linebackers coach.
Because look how the Rams defense panned out after how that worked out. They went and got Fisk and then what was it? Verse,
yep.
They got Fisk and Verse, and look how that worked out.
And we got their outside linebackers coach. And he was the one that pounded the table for both of them.
So, you're talking about AC?
Mm-hmm.
AC Carter? Yeah.
He pounded the table
You
to
mean
get both of them.
future defensive coordinator AC Carter?
If he coaches like he did at the Rams, it's going to end up looking that way.
He might be our next defensive coordinator.
Facts.
Yeah. But this is the way I'm back to this draft real quick, fellas. I mean, this is the way I see it. Now, I think the team that we need to watch the most is the Jacksonville Jaguars. The reason why I say that is they are the team. They are the team that does this every single draft year where they go out and they reach for a player. It's a guy that we don't expect them to take, just like the Trayvon Walker thing ordeal back in 2022. And they reached for him. He was scheduled to be a he was like a top 15, top 17 pick.
Yeah.
And
that was a curveball for sure when that happened.
And I think, and I honestly see, and I was actually listening to a Todd McShay video. I think it was on the Rich Eisen show, and he said, "Watch Jacksonville take T-Mac." He said because what did Trevor Lawrence have at Clemson? He had T. Higgins and Justin Ross, and what did they do? He had both of those receivers for 1,000 yards, and he threw for almost over 4,000 yards that season. It makes
also watch
Genty's a wild card for them too. Ropp and
watch him too.
Yeah, I think Genty is a perfect fit for the Rams. I think because what's going to happen is that Carroll is going to mold him into being his Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, there's one report. There was a report earlier. They said that Genty, this was from inside Jacksonville. They think he's the missing piece of the offense.
Yep, I saw that report too.
Yep, they think he's the missing piece. And then there's also another report came out today.
Just a little bit.
Oh, let me drop out and drop back in.
All right, that's fine.
And there was a report earlier that the Denver Broncos is in talks with possibly New England to jump Jacksonville for Genty.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm good now. Mic check.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, listen, it wouldn't surprise me either way, fellas, like how, how any of this board really falls. Like, it's going to be crazy because we've heard all these rumors that all these teams are going to want to trade up. And then there's us now that want to trade back. And then it's like, but again, if this is a mock draft that I was like, if we each team stay put, right? But dude, it's hard for me. Like I could see the first 7, honestly, truly being where they're at. I don't know if any team is really out of the top 7 is really willing to trade out of the top 10 besides us. I just don't see it. Me personally.
Yeah, even with that less than market value he's willing to take, that right there shows it's going to be hard to trade back, but he's willing to take the risk of taking less value than what he really wants to take.
Yeah.
So that means Dan and Brant Tillis is not comfortable with anybody at 8.
I didn't, and I don't think Jalen Walker is really truly who they want. I think they like him, but I just think that, again, I could see a case where they've been trying to blow the smoke screen for someone to take them, so maybe someone else falls to them. I think maybe they really like Mason Graham. Maybe they really want to bring him in to be that inside guy. I mean, could you imagine the nasty work of having – and I think I saw the tweet the other day. I think it was Michael Bell. Let me get into my Twitter real quick, and because I retweeted it.
Yeah, Mason Graham, Derek Brown, and Bobby Brown. Sign me up.
Yeah, I think
look at the depth we would have though on the defensive line. That would be scary. Even if we get the defensive tackle from Ole Miss, that defensive front would be scary. All the rotation we'll have in.
Yeah, I agree.
That's not counting if we go for a nose tackle also in the draft.
Right. So here it is. This is from Josh Norris from, I think this is was that Fantasy Dog? But he was like Derek Brown, Mason Graham / Walter Nolan, so either or. Then he had Tershawn Wharton, Bobby Brown, Ashawn Robinson, and he says would be quite an IDL combo for the Panthers on a variety of downs.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean that makes me definitely like lick my chops a little bit. Like, could you imagine us going? And here's the crazy thing: if we think about it, fellas, let's say, and this may be the move that they go because when Carolina in 2023, our defense was ranked top 4. Crazy to think about. Our offensive line was in the bottom 4, right? And what did they do? That offseason, they went out, rebuilt the whole offensive line. And we saw it this past season how really good we were. We went from allowing 63 sacks in a season to like 36, right? So major change. We were basically a top 10 offensive line throughout every week of every week of the season. I mean, last year, believe it or not. And then what if we go from the worst defensive line that was allowing almost 180 yards per game, and we go with this scenario, and we ended up being top 4 in run defense?
Big win. That would be a huge win for the organization.
I mean,
that would be crazy. I wouldn't even know what to say.
But like with Walter Nolan or Mason Graham in that picture, it wouldn't be that crazy to think about, bro. Like on some real, like that's a mean rotation of D linemen.
And when we're talking about that, we also got Ashawn until 26, so we'll have our future defensive tackle on the roster already.
Oh, trust me, bro. If we draft Walter Nolan and Mason Graham, Ashawn Robinson is a cap cut liability.
Cap cut, or they could trade him.
Because I'm pretty sure Brant Tillis did the same thing with him. He front loaded his contract. We could cut him if I'm not mistaken and get back like $9 million.
Another thing is you got to think about it this way too, guys. Is like Derek Brown. How old is he? 27, 26, 27,
25, 26. Yep.
Yeah, you get Mason Graham, Walter Nolan, both in there, probably early 20s, 21, 22.
Bobby Brown's 24.
Bobby Brown's 24.
25.
Tershawn
They're
Wharton's
going
26.
young.
I mean, you just then built your core defense.
Yep, for years to come.
Correct.
Yeah.
And you got them on all good contracts and rookie deals.
But they got to figure out the safety position tomorrow. If not tomorrow, either Saturday, Friday or Saturday. They got to figure out the safety.
Well, if they trade back, then here's the thing. I think the way we look at it is this. If we go, I think it's a lock at this point that we're going defense in the first round. I don't see them going T-Mac. I'm not a big T-Mac fan. I mean, I've said it before and I say it again.
Speaking of Todd McShay, did you hear what he said about T-Mac, Ropp?
I tweeted,
what did he say?
I tweeted it right here. I'll show you.
Yeah, man. Very alarming.
And I told everybody this.
Yep, he's saying
What
he
is it
only
about his game
practices
tape?
hard when he knows scouts are in the building and things of that
I
nature.
said the same thing because, but here's my analysis, basically a short analysis on it. I think his size, his catch radius, sure, it does stand out to me. Big body, could end up being like a Mike Evans 2.0. Sure. But the man folds like a cheap tent against press coverage. He lacks crisp route running. He is a jump ball merchant at best. And he is limited at creating separation. That is literally when you watch his game film. I could pull up anybody in this draft class's game film. I have it. I've watched it. So I know what I'm talking about. But here's
I don't trust him.
Okay.
I don't trust, and I have reports, and I know that Jed Fish had as one scout said when he was great when Jed Fish had his foot on his throat. Don't take that the wrong way. Like obviously, it means like someone who is monitoring and making sure that pushing him, driving him.
Correct.
When Jed Fish left town, there was a new sheriff in town, and it was Ted.
Yep.
Tet didn't like to work out and practice hard unless a scout was in attendance. Showed up on the routes.
Okay.
Quitting on balls over the middle field. Didn't think he showed attention to detail. I get offended personally for Drake London when people say, oh, he's the next Drake London. Yeah, no, he's the same size. He makes the same acrobatic catches. Drake was a dog.
Hey, Ropp, I'll be right back. My baby got up, so I'll be back in about 20, 30 minutes.
No worries. I totally understand that,
All right, brother.
But yeah, man. I mean, this is why I say the things that I say, man. Like, I'm not just saying it just to say it. Like, I watched the game film. It's a proven fact that T-Mac, and I don't understand why Carolina Panthers fans are just like chopping at the bit to get this guy. Like, what in your right mind makes you think that this guy is that good? Then you go and see I know that
The game tapes too. Don't forget about that.
I know that he was like 19, 20 when that came out. I get it. Young kid said something stupid. It happens all the time. But when you tell me at that age that you're not watching game film, that tells me that you don't really give a damn.
Huge red flag to me.
It's a huge red flag for me. But I get what Todd McShay just said. Like, that's also should be a major red flag for you. He only comes out when scouts are there. It's like,
Oh, Dave Canales would not put up with that crap.
no.
They would have him traded by the end of the year if they had a choice.
Right. Correct.
I wouldn't even care if I lost value in that trade. You don't need a player that does that on the team.
Right. Correct. So I don't get it. I don't get the whole T-Mac thing, to be honest with you. I don't believe the hype behind him. I don't think he's as good as everybody thinks he is. And it makes him out to be. He's just not. He's a jump ball merchant. You press him at the line, he folds up like a cheap tit. He does not have fluid footwork to create the separation that you need. He's not going to open up the middle of the field like you think he would. Tyler Warren would be a better prospect for Carolina than T-Mac would.
That red zone target.
He would actually open up the middle of the field. And I'm okay with it.
What he needs, what Tet needs the most is a coach that will get up in it, that will put him in his place.
Yeah.
Somebody that will say, I don't like what you're doing. You need to stop this now.
Right.
These next coaches ain't going to put up with his crap.
Oh, you talking about? Oh, yeah. No. No one's going to put up with this crap. No,
I could see him dropping out the first round.
Yeah. No one's going to put up with his crap. That's for sure.
Now, my favorite wide receiver in this draft, I could see being the best one, is the kid from Missouri?
Who?
Let me see the wide receivers. Let's see.
Oh, you're talking about Luther Burden?
Yes. He's one of my favorite wide receivers in this game and this draft class.
I feel you there. He reminds me of Deebo Samuel.
Heck, anybody could be the best wide receivers in this draft class.
Yeah.
All they need is a correct coaching staff.
Let me go with this one instead. This is, by the way, guys, so if you ever want to do a realistic mock draft, stick with the model. Stick with the model is the best mock draft maker. Wait, Matthew Machado did what? You did what? No. Guys, y'all have been way too generous lately.
Oh, I agree with what D. Davis said. He said T-Mac is not a Panther. He will give up. It's hard over here.
Holy shit, Matthew. Holy hell. All right, Matthew, what do I got to do? What do you
What did he drop you a big donation?
He did. I really appreciate that.
Your face expression says it all.
I really appreciate that, man. I'm in shock. That's one of the biggest contributions I've ever got to this channel. So,
Oh wow, just that right there says it all.
thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Matthew. Really do. Thank you. It goes a long way. Y'all don't realize it. It really does. It goes a long way. I really do appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Good job, Matthew. You don't know what to say now. Your face just says it all.
I'm trying not to cry almost, to be honest with you. But it's awesome. It's awesome. All right, let's get in. Let's have some fun here. Now, here's the thing with this mock draft thing. This thing is absolutely. I think this is one of the best. One of the best mock draft module simulators out there. It is the most realistic. The board falls the way that it like in a realistic way. It does not go crazy. It doesn't do random shit. That's why I love this one. So appreciate it, Matthew. He goes, nothing, man. Just keep your amazing work, great content for us Panthers fans. Yeah, man. Matthew, once I get my merch done, you will get one of my. I will send you a couple free things. So yeah, be on the lookout once I get the merch done. It's a process, man. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's ever tried to make merch before, but it takes a while. Someone got some moolah. I did. Big Matt, give W Matthew.
The chat is going crazy right now.
W Matthew in the chat. Everybody, make sure y'all give a shout out to Matthew. Also, if Matthew has any social media, go follow him. We gotta start helping each other out here. Start dropping follows on people that contribute to the channel, stuff like that. It helps them out. I don't know if they do content or not, but hey, may inspire someone else to do some content out there. So make sure if you can figure it out, go find him, go follow him. So shout out to Matthew. All right, let's do it. Let's have some fun with it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look, this is the thing. Look at this. Look how this board fell. Cam Ward, Travis Hunter. Again, I could see Shador Sanders there too.
Yeah, because the Giants are still doing their due diligence on them.
You got Will Campbell, you got Mason Graham, you got Ashton Genty. Zach, I'm gonna have to stand up for this one, buddy. Armin Mabu, and which makes a lot of sense.
There ain't no way he's gonna drop that far. Oh man, if that's the case, take him. That's all I gotta say. Take him.
Who?
You know what I'm talking. The head from Penn State. Take him.
Dude, I can't believe he fell there.
There ain't no way. Dan Morgan trades back. You take him and you just figure out day 2 the next day.
Jeez, man. It's crazy that Abdul Carter's here. But I guarantee you, though, in this situation,
people be calling like crazy.
Yeah, someone's going to come with – I guarantee what's going to happen.
With a huge offer.
It's going to be probably a couple offers that you can't refuse. It's going to be a couple offers you cannot refuse.
But then there's going to be Panthers fans that's going to whine about it or find a way to complain.
Yeah, because we didn't go get Abdul Carter, then we end up.
But if it includes a future first and a future like second or third, I'd really think about that one.
Marcos Cash
I'd really think about that one.
Marcos Cash says, redo.
Hey, Marcos, it could happen.
It could.
It's the NFL draft. Anything could happen.
Let's see if they send us any trades because they did send us some trades. So I'm interested to see. Dude, see, look, Cleveland's trying to trade back in. I'm kind of curious if I allowed that trade where Cleveland would go at 8. If they got Travis Hunter, do they go and get Jackson Dart or Jalen Milroe at 8 or something crazy like that?
I say do it. See what happens. I'm just curious.
Giants trade back in. The Saints at 9 for 9.71. Pittsburgh, what's this trade looking like? See, this is where you can get the first round picks. I told you guys, 21 to 26, you will get a future first. I probably could counter that and probably get more out of them. Another thing that's crazy here is the one thing I do love about sticking to the models draft board is they give you the points. So the value chart points, basically. And I love it. I love that they give you that. It gives you the difference in the points and the value.
What was the difference with this Pittsburgh again?
So
only a difference of 69. That ain't bad.
No. You probably could get more out of them. I mean, you probably could counter with something like this. And maybe a future, with the future. Well, did they already give me a future first? Well, it did say future first, but I did counter, so I have to try to get a future first. And I could leverage with like a future 7th. No, they don't like that.
Try giving one of our 4th rounders.
Let's see if I do this. So you give me this. You give me that. You give me this, and I give you this. And my 7th round pick. Oh, good turns. All right, I was just curious. Now, I am going to take this trade real quick, and I'll start over, but I am curious as to what Cleveland does here because let's say we do take that at 8. I'm just throwing it out there. Who did they take? They took Abdul Carter. Oh my God. So they got Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter.
Oh, that would be. They would really fix their. That'd really be good on defense there.
I just wanted to see what they would do. This is the fun part. I mean, it's just draft eve, man. We're just having fun with it.
See who falls down to that pick that we got.
Huh?
See who falls down to 33 or whatever draft pick we got.
Oh, I just restarted it. Yeah. All right, let's see. It falls the same way every single time. It falls the same way every single time. Now, sometimes I've seen Abdul Carter here, and sometimes I've actually seen Abdul Carter here, and then I've seen Travis Hunter here. So
more than likely, Abdul will go to the Giants. If not the Giants, then I could see Jacksonville taking them.
The problem is with the Giants is why do they need to get Abdul Carter? You have 3 premier pass rushers in Thibodeau, Burns, and Lawrence.
It could be all smoke screen.
It just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, unless they're going to trade Kayvon Thibodeau and they think Abdul Carter is just the next coming of Micah Parsons. Carolina Panther, what's the final verdict, Clay? Who do we draft at number 8? We don't. We trade back.
It's more than likely to be a trade back.
I think it's
even after the report Todd McShay said.
I really think Todd McShay's onto something. But I've been a verdict on this channel. If you guys have been watching, you know me. I've been saying trade back. But if they don't, you got to go edge rusher. That's just me. All right, so let's see what trades are calling here. Not trading with Atlanta. Nah, Cardinals is interesting for 16. Houston at 25. You would have to give me a future. I'm not trading with the Saints. You would have to give me a future at Pittsburgh. They're saying, what is Tampa Bay trying to give me? You're telling me that Tampa Bay would try to give me their 19th pick and a future first. Yeah, Marcos, it has been like months. It has been like months that I've been saying that.
I'm surprised not to see Miami.
I could probably create a trade with them. That's no problem.
Wait, is there a available tackle? Like one of the old tackles?
Yeah, their tackles are still there. You got Kevin Banks, which they need. Josh Simons is still there.
I wonder if they'll trade up for Kevin Banks though, or if they stay there at 13 and take him.
They might be able to still stay there and take him because if let's say we didn't go Abdul Carter, Jalen Walker, or T Mac, one of the three are going, or Tyler Warren. One of these four are going to the Saints. So I know that for a fact. Chicago would probably at this point would probably try to trade up for Abdul Carter. I think here's the thing. If this is how the board really fell, right? And I'm just saying that, and I'm just saying this because falls like this, for example, and you telling me that Abdul Carter's there at 8, it would be really hard for me to not say go get him, but at the same time, I just have a feeling that somebody is going to be calling us with an offer we cannot refuse. Even if we miss out on Abdul Carter, you might find the next Micah Parsons still in this stack, right? I mean, you might find the next Myles Garrett next in this stack, right? It's so deep and so much depth. It's unbelievable, to be honest with you. It's unbelievable. And from a value standpoint too, right? But let's have fun with it. I don't think Abdul Carter's falling to 8. I don't see that scenario being the case at all. So I'll say this: just this draft right here alone, I don't like it. Let's see if we can create a nice trade. Marcos, let's see if we can get 17 for 8. And let's see if we could get 49. And I'm just going to throw a little incentive in there. And I'll throw them a future 7th round pick. Who's at 17? Cincy, yeah. So what if we went something like this? Here's the thing. If let's say Abdul Carter did fall there. Cincy could be a team that comes calling your phone and saying, hey, we'll give you Trey Hendrickson, and we'll give you our 17th pick, and we'll give you your pick 49 for 8 if Abdul Carter's there.
I would accept that in a heartbeat.
Because then you get Trey Hendrickson probably for maybe 3. You probably get him for like 4 more seasons. And then you call it a day. You probably get 2 good years out of him, probably a solid year. And then the year that he's finishing up, it is what it is. Right. And then he's probably on his merry way. But then you could also, I don't know, man. There's so many cases that could be made here. Let's see if they accept this trade. I kind of like this. Yeah, they accepted it. So we got a 17, 49. Like I said, you're not going to get a future first out of a team. Your offer was 412 points. Their offer was 414. So it all worked out. It was a good trade. So guess what? They took Abdul Carter immediately. Okay, so now this is where we're at. I think that if we came down here to 17, I mean, I love Jahad Campbell. Matthew Golden's an interesting prospect. I kind of like the Walter Nolan move here.
That's what I'm thinking it's going to be. Is Walter Nolan.
Walter Nolan makes a lot of sense.
Because if you looked at all their previous reports, they was do all the previous visits and stuff they did.
Yeah.
Walker Nolan was one of the highest ones.
Jeremy Joseph, you're not going to get both second rounders out of Seattle at 18. The value, that you could probably get one of them. I just don't think both.
Not with the report that came out.
No, not with the
That Dan's even willing to take less than market value. That tells you more than likely going to be less than what you want.
Yeah, Jeremy Joseph, yes, at least one you could get.
Oh, you can get a second easy this year.
Yeah.
More than likely to be their pick and probably their second. That's all you'll probably get.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That, and we'll have to send them another pick in return.
What's up, Matthew?
What up, Matthew?
Oh, he hopped in and hopped out. Sounds like his cam. So it was either something with his cam or his mic. Something was going on there. It's all good.
All right. Or it could be the guy from Boston College. You are out there.
Is that Zaruku there?
That's
They
what.
They've got Ezaruku down at 33.
He could go high. He could go in the early 20s, if not early teens, like late teens.
Yeah. Man, I tried to join in, but my app is acting goofy. It's all good, Matthew. If you could join in, join in. If not, it's all good. It just the apps are funky sometimes, man.
That's why, hey Jeremy. That's why they're trying. That's why they're going to take less than market value if they have to be able to move back.
Yeah, but we were able to still, even though in this trade, we were still able to get very good value.
Even if we can get a extra second round pick in like the 50 range or even the 40 range.
Well, that's why I think the Cincy one makes sense. I mean, you got, what did we get? The 47th?
Mm-hmm.
47th pick. So, we'll be able to get, we'll be able to, 49th. I mean, you still get a guy in the 49th pick.
And then you still got your pick 57.
Right.
And heck, if you needed to, you could package 57 in a late round pick and move up if you have to.
Could be. I probably would try to stay put. I mean, I just don't know if that's a move they'll make. They might package that. I don't know. I don't know.
But knowing Dan, he's definitely going to try every way in his power to move back tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm gonna take Walter Nolan there.
But the defensive front, oh man, that'd be scary.
Yeah.
Your front three got so much rotation coming in. It's going to be hard for teams to do stuff on you.
Yep. And then this is where the edge rusher, I have to go edge rusher. I don't know if I'll go. I'm probably going to go edge rusher now because they're already flying off the board. So I'm going to go ahead and get his counterpart here. I'm going to go ahead and get Princely. And then I'm definitely going to take, Noel just went off the board. Oh, I was thinking he was going to fall to 57. Okay, that's fine. Where did he go to, by the way? See, that's the issue. I don't know if we're going to get Noel at 57. I could see.
They might take Noel with that first second round pick they get, then possibly wait until 57.
Now,
and
Joseph,
get the edge or move up for the edge.
Joseph actually has a fair point. We probably could. We probably could trade with Seattle, and you take your 8th, the 57, and then you trade back with them to they're at 16. And you try to get both of their second round picks because they're moving up 8 spots in the draft.
I could see that.
So I could see that.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're on the phones right now with other teams talking about trade back scenarios.
I mean, someone's probably already calling. I mean, have you ever seen the movie
Draft Day?
Yeah, like I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't it Seattle who he's talking to, anyways.
Yep.
So yeah, it's bold and it works. Let's see if it works. I'll restart this again. It's let's see if I can make that trade happen. I bet you this thing falls the same way again. Oh no, LA traded up. Look at that. Oh, it did a trade up on me. Abdul to I can see it, man. They're one of the teams that want to trade up.
That was one of the teams. I forgot about them too. They was on the phone too, trying to move up
Could you
in the
imagine?
top 10.
Could you imagine Abdul Carter, Jared Verse, and Braden Fisk all in one over there? Shit.
I'm just curious, what all do the Rams have?
Draft picks wise,
Like draft pick wise. Like what all do they have? I know we got their second this year. I'm just wondering what type of haul we could get from them if they wanted to move up to 8.
let's go over
I
here.
know that's a huge drop. But if you want to fix the roster, you need to really move back forward.
Where's the Rams on this board? Am I missing? There it is. So they got the 26, the 90, the 101, 127, 90, 95, 201, and 202. Now, Bleacher Report came out with a trade scenario from them. And it said, good Lord. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to go on that. It's so much easier to find what they were talking about with us on their app.
Because if you want a decent haul above the market value, that'd be the team that'd have to go all the way back to.
I mean, if you want to get it would be between Pittsburgh or the Rams. Let me see something here. Let me go to the Carolina Panthers on the Bleacher Report app real quick.
Yeah, so there are teams wanting to move up in the top 10.
Yep, team likely to move out.
As of now, Carolina's more than likely the only team going to move out.
I'm trying to find the trades that I saw yesterday. Where is it? It was a bunch of trade scenarios. I don't know if I may have screenshotted them. I know that I saw it the other day. Carolina Panthers. Let me look up Carolina Panthers. NFL draft trade scenarios. Let's see if I can pull it up. I'm just trying to find it. Maybe I'm pretty sure I took a couple screenshots. Let me see. Let me go in my binder here and see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find one in here. I don't know if I took it on here. Wait, what is this? Let me look this up. Let me look this up. Panthers reportedly open to trade down and up amid Saints draft.
One I saw, they said possible what it would look like, future picks, and possibly also a player.
Here it is. I found it. And it's going to give me the trade scenarios in here. So, well, maybe I have the wrong article. Dude, I wanted those trade scenarios, bro. I wish I could find it, but I don't know where it is. It was something crazy, man. It was like, I want to say it was something like this. They gave us 26, like a future first. It was like a future third. And then it was like 90 and like 127.
Well, if they came offering that, I'd take it in a heartbeat.
It was something crazy like that when I read the article, but it was like 26, a future first, 90, 127, 190, and a future third to get. And all Carolina had to do was give him number 8 and a future 6th-round pick.
Oh, that would work. I'd do that in a heartbeat.
I was just like, that's insane. It was something crazy like that. Like if the Pittsburgh one I saw was this. It was like 2183. I think it was even 123 and 185, a future first and a future third. And it was like the 8 and like a future 7th. Something crazy like that. So let's go back to this simulator real quick. All right, let's do a freaking mock draft real quick here. Why not? One final mock draft. All right. I'm going to see if I can do this trade. I'm going to try to take okay, they're at 18. Okay. Would you take this? An 8, our 8 and our 57. They give us 18, 50, and 52.
Oh, Marcos Cash just posted. I saw a trade scenario having Panthers trade down, pick a player, then trade back into the first with Buffalo.
So basically, we trade out the first
Dan
round.
Morgan and his connections. No, let me see how you said that.
I saw a trade scenario today having the Panthers trade down, pick a player. Oh, okay. So they picked a player.
Then trade back in.
Traded back into the first round with Buffalo. So
I could
basically,
see
they
that.
traded back and then picked a player, and then probably got down to that wire there because let's see if we can reenact it. How about that? So if they're going to trade back and try to get in the first round, you're going to have to give up picks. Probably. Oh, I might be able to pull that 92 from them. I mean, that it says still below market value, but still possible.
But I still think that below market value is going to come down to if he has to pull it.
I'm interested to see. Let's see. No? Okay.
For the 5th-year option. I can see Dan Morgan pulling that off.
Let's try this. Nope. They don't like it. All right. Let's create another trade. Where do I have a bunch of space at? They don't even have a few. How many fifths we got? We got 3. Give me a third. Give me a third, fourth round pick. No. All right. All right. Fine.
I don't know how true this is. George Pickens just unfollowed Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, because they're probably really going to try to trade him.
Hey, if they try to move up for Shadur, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't throw him at us in the trade.
Well, that worked. They gave me 18, 50, and 52. There's your connection right there with Seattle for Dan Morgan. Trade accepted too. All right, so let's see.
Now, Pittsburgh are in love with Shadur, and they do offer their pick and Pickens. Would you automatically accept that?
What'd you say?
If Pittsburgh were to trade up for Shadur Sanders at 8, and they offered you pick 21, and they also offered George Pickens, would you take it in a heartbeat?
But
nothing else attached, just them two.
No, because I would need a little bit more. I mean, you're jumping. The reason why I say that is because they're jumping up from 21 to 8. The value from, I mean, I bet you I could do it even on PFF standpoint.
Do you think you could get that, him, and maybe a future first?
So let's say they do this. So George Pickens, right?
Yeah, George Pickens.
You would have to still give me like, I would still have to like if you gave me 21.83 and a future first and George Pickens, I'm taking it all day. Did they just? Oh wait, they didn't take it. Hold on, let me see if I can get them to trade here. Let's try this again. 21.83 future first and George Pickens. Let's see. For 8. Okay. I mean, if we get it like this, maybe 21.83 and 156 plus George Pickens. I could do that. I could handle it.
The Barrows draft's going to be very interesting.
21 and TJ Watt for 8 and a next year second.
Ooh, now that's speaking out there.
I mean, 21 TJ Watt. I mean, you're basically getting a first round pick out of TJ Watt. And then you're for 8 and a next year second. So we would have to give up a next year second. So
if Dan can pull that trade off, we need to build him a statue.
The only reason why I would say I don't know is because that next year's draft class is going to be insane. That next year's draft class is going to be so good.
That's probably what they're going to say. It's going to be possibly less than market value.
Yeah. Next year, market value is going to be high.
If it's going to be less than market value, I'm all for that. I won't be mad if you don't get what we really want.
Next year is going to be high from a market value standpoint.
But if somebody's willing to give up this year's first and next year's first to come up to 8, Dan's got to accept that. Because they're going to next year's draft class with 2 first rounders.
It's crazy. It's crazy. You're throwing some fun trade scenarios for me here. So here's the thing. We went to 18. Shit is back here. All right, so we made that trade.
About what Zach Taylor said, more than likely, Zach, they'll end up probably having to throw in we'll probably end up having to throw in an extra pick for that one for 21 Watt for 8 and then next year second.
So my question is here then is if I'm going to trade back and then they trade back up in the first with Buffalo, who are they taking? Who are they taking? Are they taking Walter Nolan? And then it's like, I mean, I did this trade with Seattle. It's like, what trade? And I might come back to the Seattle trade. I might come back to it.
Let's see, Nolan. Let's see. Say we move back to Seattle. Say we move back with another team to take Nolan there. Then they move back into the first with Buffalo. They
All right.
wouldn't take the edge rusher from Ole Miss that high.
So it's interesting. They took Cam Ward. All right. They took Travis. Bears jumped up and went get Abdul, Will Campbell, Mason Graham, Ashton Genty, Armand Mabu. Okay. So if I go, I mean, here's the thing. I need to trade with someone that's going to get me back at the first round because I have the 57th pick. I need to go with Dallas probably here and here. Oh, they didn't give it to me. So maybe who's one that's willing to give it to me? I'm going to see if there's someone else. Let's see if Miami's willing to give me that for that. No. Okay.
Try San Francisco.
All right. Let's try.
San Fran's been a team that's been trying to move up.
I don't like that either. Okay. All right. So hold on. Who is the
Wait,
team?
what is Indianapolis giving?
14 and 45 minutes.
That would be.
The Giants right here. Hold on, because they traded up because they traded with. Oh, because they traded with the Bears. In this. So what do you have? You ain't got shit. What? You ain't got no damn picks. Okay, so it would probably have to be Indianapolis here. So let's accept that. We'll go to 14. So you're taking Mike Green here. Then. So you get Mike Green. All right. So if I pause it, or actually, I'll let it go. So we'll wait till we get to Buffalo. Where's Buffalo? All right. Paused it there. So now I have 45, 57. I'm trading back into Buffalo at 30.
Try to take one of those second rounders out and throw in like one of the third rounders.
So a first and then they give me their first and a fourth.
Something like that. Then we give up our second and third.
No, they don't like that. So what if I did this? Hold on. Where's the Bills?
Not the Eagles. Whatever we do, do not trade with the Eagles.
74. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to give me anything else. So what if I trade, or what if I do this? No, it's got to be 6. So we trade back up. All right, Marcos, I'm going with your route here, bro. So now I'm at 30. So who am I taking here at 30?
Are there any defensive tackles available?
We went edge rusher, and then we got, I mean, am I taking Emeka Ibuka here? I mean, Or am I taking Tyleek Williams?
Oh, Marco found it.
So let me see what Marcos is talking about. This is the trade scenario we're trying to reenact here. All right, so the trade up. Okay, wait. Projected trade number one. Okay, number one ideas. So the Bears receive. Okay, they're going for number 8. They get Ashton Genty. They would give us number 10 and 4. Projected trade is we would give them 41, 114, 2026 second rounder. Okay, so this is the trade. This is saying Panthers pull off multiple big waves in round 1 of the latest 7th round mock draft. And basically, they trade the number 1 detail. So they give Ashton Genty number. All right, so wow. Okay, so Bears receive number 8. The Panthers receive number 10 and 41. Okay. And
That one's definitely not realistic.
Then you trade back in to the Bills for 41, 114, and a future second for 30. And then you pick. So but I'm confused because now I have the 10th pick. So why does it say the round 1 pick 12 they take Will Johnson? Wouldn't that be pick 10? And then they take Donovan Ezeruku. How do they still have? Oh, because they gave him a future second and they held on to 57 still. They were able to get Noel, get Deion Walker. Okay. Got Sanker at 111, Ollie Gordon at 140, 146, Quay Robinson. I mean, not bad. It's not bad. It's an interesting, to say the least. I mean, all right, let's see if we can reenact it. How about that? But I'm pretty sure that set should be 112 because where's the 112 at? The Panthers received 10. So where's the 112? I mean, where's 12 at? That makes no sense.
I think they messed up when they was typing.
They had to have. So all right, let's restart this draft. So let's see if we can reenact this. All right. Let's make a trade. So what's the first trade we make? Let's see if we can do it. So we make a trade. Let's go to create a trade. Let's go to the Bears. 10 and 41 for 8. What was it? 10 and 8? There ain't no way you don't take this. Let's just start the draft. Maybe it'll be better if I do it that way. As long as they didn't trade up. They didn't trade up, did they? Okay. Let's see. If Genty falls to 8. Well, Genty didn't fall to 8. I mean, I can still try to do it, though. Yeah, that's not happening. That's not happening. I bet you it would on the PFF one, though. I bet you if I did it on PFF, it would work. All right. Let's restart. Let's get serious. Let's create our own here. Okay, the Bears are here. Nah, you got to give me 41. You know you want Ashton Genty, so stop playing. I bet you I could still do it with Dallas. I bet you I could still do the same draft with Dallas. All right, let's check this off. Because I really want to reenact this somehow, some way. But I might have my own twist to it. All right, so let's check this off. So we're at 12. Trade with Dallas. They take T-Mac. Okay, perfect. Oh, Will Johnson fell off the board. But how about this? We go Jahad Barron instead. Okay. Right on the money. So now we got to give up. What do we got to give here? Appreciate that, Marcos. So what do we got to give up here? We got to trade with Buffalo for pick 30. We're going to give you 44, a future second. Jesus, they say that's already a fair offer there. For 44 and a future second. I might just take that and call it a day. I don't know. Let's see what else do I have to give them? 114. And what else? A future second? Or they give him like a future third instead of a future second. All right, let's try this. Give me your 30th. Give me 44. I could just give you a future second. They'll take my third
I don't
round
know
pick.
if I should believe NFL rumors. The Pittsburgh Steelers are favorite to draft Shedeur Sanders.
They might trade up then. All right, I'll rock with that. 44, future second. Call it a day. It's all good. All right, who do I got here? I can't get my guy. I might have made that trade for no reason. Well, unless I want to get a Mecca Ibuka, maybe I'll just go a different route than them then. So I get. Sorry, went got in Jahad Barron, which is just as good as Will Johnson. Get a Mecca Ibuka. Where's my edge rushers at?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. So I'll just go ahead and do this.
They just dropped a new odds for pick 8. If we stay.
Who?
Jalen Walker still at plus 105. Mason Graham plus 400. Michael Williams plus 550. Walter Nolan plus 1,000.
Checks out. It checks out. All right. So far, I kind of like this draft. Not gonna lie. Jahad Barron at 12.
I'll be back in a second.
Emeka Ibuka at 30. Probably go Princely here. And I might go back to back. Because what picks do I have? I got 74. I'm not getting. Well, I don't need my wide receiver because I got a Emeka Ibuka there. Shit, I can get Braden Switson. Where am I at? What's number 74? What's another guy I could get? What edge rushers do I still have on the board? I could get. I mean, Jared Ivey. I don't know. Something tells me I need to go Swinson here. And get back-to-back edge rushers. So now I got Jahad Barron, Emeka Ibuka, Princely, Umana, million, and then Braden Swinson. Kind of cooking right now, not gonna lie. So this is where it gets interesting. So I do need D-line. Well, what linebackers do I have? Tight ends as well. I don't wouldn't mind looking at a couple OTs. Give me what other? Give me Ty Robinson. Tight end, OT, safety, linebacker. What other safeties do I have on this board? Jalen Reed is still there. I could go Samil Mondon. Never mind, looking good after all. Yeah. I think I'm going to go Jonas Sanker here. I think that's a better pick. Jeez, dude. So far, I got an A grade. Jahad Barron, Emeka Buka, Princely, Braden Switson, Ty Robinson, Jonas Sanker. All right. All right. Where did they go? Okay. So running back at 140. Are we at 140 right now? We are. All right. So they went running back 140. We'll do the same. I'm going to take not Ollie Gordon. I'm going to take my guy, Bashul Tutin. Right there. I like that. Bashul Tutin. I got 20 more. I got 20 plus 27 on his value there. So crazy. All right. And I already got another edge rusher. So this is where I probably could go tight end, linebacker, or OT. What picks am I looking at here? 146. I mean, Barrett Carter's right there. I like Cody Simon a lot. I'm going to take Cody Simon here. So far, an A- still. See if someone falls here. Give me an OT. Let's give me tight end. What did they take? The end there. I don't want to mess up my grade, but I think this is the move here. We go Chase Lunt to be that successor for Taylor Moton. And then let's see if my tight end falls. Hopefully my tight end falls here. Let's see. I don't think he did. Okay with Thomas Fidian the second or Jalen Connors, to be honest with you. But I'm going to take Thomas Fidian here. Ended up being an A-. Got a lot of good value. Average value was +9. Total value, I got +64. But I love this. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I am going to log off here. I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Do me a favor. Make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. Make sure you click that post notifications bell so you don't miss out on new content. Shout out to Nick Tri-State. Zach, and of course, Matthew Machado. By the way, guys, don't forget, tomorrow evening, going to show you right now. So hold up. Give me 2 seconds. Tomorrow night, going to show you something. Tomorrow night, if you can see it, hold on. There it is. Tomorrow night, live, 7:30 p.m. EST. We will be live right before the mock draft. I will be not mock draft. I'll be live for the NFL draft. Anybody's more than welcome to come on, hang out, whatever the case may be. And we're going to watch this draft go down. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you guys check it out. Come through, come show some love. We're going to knock this bad boy out the park tomorrow night. We're going to be watching it from beginning to end. So make sure you lock in. You come to the Ropp Star Report. You come join the panel if you want, whatever the case may be. Let's have some fun. All right. So come on through, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, guys. As always, tomorrow's Christmas. We can finally go through this NFL draft and get it over with. I am so ready. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.